generation of IPR. Okay, so that is very important. And legal and legislative framework to have a strong and effective IP laws which balance the interest of rights owners with a larger public the interest. So for that, they are having a very strong legal framework in India. The IP rules and regulations are very strict. When you are coming to the administration and the management, also like to modernize and strengthen the service-oriented IP administration. So we have a very good setup. And the commercialization, I already told you that without the commercialization, there is no value for your IP. So get value for IPRs through commercialization. So once if you have filed the patent, immediately you can go for your the possible ways for commercialization of your product. Okay. So you no need to wait up to your patent is granted. Okay. So once you have filed the patent, you can just start the work to go for this commercialization. So and the enforcement and adjudication, that to strengthen the enforcement and adjudicated mechanisms for combating this IP infringement. Okay. So industrial promotion protection of intellectual property rights. So many people, they will do this infringement and all. So in that case, you can legally fight and you will get the damages also. Okay, so that is. And human capital development, the final one, that is very, very important to strengthen and expand the human resources, the institution, the capacities for teaching and training and skill building in IP. Okay, so that is very, very important. And many developing countries, like I mean, recently come to recognize the importance of IPR protection to the development of their economies. So that is why that IP protection has become a pressing issue with respect to the international trade. And here you can see this in the world economy, like the world economy, like previously people used to talk about this agricultural economy. Okay, so here only the land and the labor is involved, the main objectives of that. So once after that, it shifted to industrial economy. So industrial economy, like in the capital, machinery, management, is everything is involved with that industrial economy. So, but in the current scenario, like the current scenario, now it is shifted to the knowledge economy. Okay, so now the knowledge economy is nations creating IP and protecting IP. So these are very important aspects. And yeah, so when we are talking about this importance, so before that, we should know that the intellectual property has increasingly assumed a vital role with this rapid phase of technological and scientific and medical innovations that we are witnessing today. Okay, and moreover, the global economic environment have influenced the development of business models where intellectual property is a central element, establishing value and potential growth also. And the intellectual property has therefore grown into one world's biggest and fast-growing of a lot, thereby necessitating the demand of IP professionals well-versed in this area, IPR, this kind of like even in the across the national as well as the international borders also. And this effective IPR increases funding for research and development and other innovation, including by helping firms realize more value from the innovations that are protected by this IP. So these are very important things in these IP aspects also. Okay. And the possibilities, like the possibilities of intellectual property laws cannot be ruled out since the knowledge societies are ruling the globalized world. So IPR is necessary in the current scenario. The academicians and the Indian institutions about the legal and ethical aspects of this IP protection in their respective field is inadequate. That we know that because as academicians we are more concentrated, we are giving concentration, emphasis on this teaching and wanting to just get a degree. That's all. But we are not going beyond that. Okay, so that we have to suppose whatever the research we are doing, whether it is a M.Sc thesis or PhD or M.Phil, Okay, so we are not worrying about the research outcomes. We are just making a thesis and we are submitting it. After that, nobody is bothering. So we have to go beyond that. If you have a very innovative or a very creative research outcomes, then you can just go for this IP protection. You can file a patent. You can convert it into a product. These are the important things. Okay, so that we have to. That is why nowadays the Make in India initiatives they happened in 2014, and many industries and this people, the government sectors, they have come out with very good objectives to create a conducive environment for investment, modern and efficient infrastructure, and opening up a new sectors for foreign investment between the partnership between the government and the industry through positive mindset. So they have started also. The initiative has made a significant achievements and has been reviewed now, focusing almost to 27 sectors under this Make in India, and they are doing it well. Okay, and as I stated earlier, the intellectual property, it is a term referring to creation of the intellect. Okay, intellect is nothing but the term used in the studies of human mind. Okay, for which a monopoly is assigned to the designated individuals. Okay, so that we will call it as like intellectual property. And before that, you should also know that what is property. Okay, the property designates those things that are commonly recognized as being the possession of an individual or a group. That we will call it as a property. So property is a two kind, that is a tangible property and intangible property, and all of our IP forms comes under this intangible. So tangible property is like one that is physically present, and other which is not in the any physical form. Okay, so like the building, land, house, and the jewelry. So these all are comes under this tangible property, and on the other hand, there is a kind of value, the property that cannot be felt physically. Okay, as it does not have physical forms. So that we will call it as like intangible property, which commands a material value, which can also be like higher than the value of tangible asset or other property. So that we'll call it as intangible. So our IP comes under this intangible property also. So the importance, if you are seeing nowadays in all colleges and the universities in the academic sector, the direct contributors towards innovation and research, particularly in the emerging economies. You know that the potential pool of talent for innovation in these economies also emanates largely from educational institutions and research institutions. Of late, the significance of intellectual properties in higher education has also widely recognized. You know very well that the University Grant Commission, that is a nodal authority for determining and maintaining of the standards of university intellectual property rights as a generic elective subject under the choice-based credit system. I think you know very well. So, in addition, even the recently that the National Institutional Ranking Framework, that is NIRF, and this is a ranking system adopted by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, ranks institutions of higher education, resource development, ranks institutions of higher education. So these rankings act as a mechanism for institutions to include promoting innovation and research and development while assessing their performance beyond the academics. So they are evaluating like how many patents the institution has generated, and how many the copyrights they have generated, and how much money they have generated through this TOT, technology of transfer, or commercialization of that product, everything. Okay, so these are the the parameters considered while ranking, and which is significant to our discussion in research and professional practice. That includes this IPR and patent also. Okay. That's why now people, they are much about this kind of like the patents and all. Okay, so when we are seeing this slide, this importance of IPR. So suppose in the academic point of view, you can see here. Okay, and through that you can develop many technologies and new products. Okay, so these technologies or techniques should come to this. You can just transfer to the industry. The industry people, they will commercialize your research results. Okay, so they are competent authorities, so they will make the product a new product through that technologies and the techniques whatever you have developed. Okay, so that new products ultimately it will come to the society, and the gains from the new product, the people will get benefited, and through that you can also get a monetary benefit. That monetary benefit again you can use it for your R&D purpose. Okay, so it is a flow of returning of the benefits and the flow of commercialization. Okay, so it is a cyclic process. So whatever the corpus fund you have for the research, you can just tie up with the industry people, and you can also make many technologies, and the new product will come to the market, and people will get benefited, and through that you will get like the royalties and TOT fees, everything will come, and again you can use it for your R&D purpose. So that is why we have to start these IP activities on each colleges and universities, and we have a very good resource generation also. Okay, and we can see that so that is why, and the IPR, it is a critical tool for fostering the innovation. Okay, it is a critical tool for fostering the innovation, and we have to manage it as judicially, because they balance the private rights and public necessity in a manner that overall it encourages the innovations. Okay, so that is very important, right? And the innovation, like when we are talking about this innovation, no, like the scientist, the great scientist, this Albert Einstein said, the true sign of intelligence is not a knowledge, but imagination. Okay, I think you all understood about this. Okay, so the innovation and the means doing something new that improves your product or process or a service also. Okay, so many innovations can be protected through this intellectual property rights. So the invention is it is a new solution to a technical problem. So invention means it is a new solution to a technical problem. So already one invention is there, so it may have some shortfalls. Okay, so to just sort out that one, to get a solution for that technical issues, so a new invention will come. Okay, so that invention can be protected through these patents. Okay, so that is yeah. So but when we are talking about these innovations, like the successful exploitation of these new ideas in the form of a useful machinery or a process by any person using own intellect is called as innovation. Okay, so every innovation may not be patentable. Okay, every innovation may not be a patentable invention, but every invention is an innovation. Okay, and also all the inventions are the innovations and are patentable, but all the innovations are not the patentable inventions. Okay, so the innovations will come when you are just encouraging your students and faculty in your institutes. So the encouragement is very, very important. So once if you are just identifying some innovative ideas is with that faculty or students, so you have to tap it properly. So that is very, very important. Okay, so you have to encourage the people to do some innovative and creative ideas. Okay, so then only people come up with the new ideas. Okay, and because many places like the encouragement is lacking. Okay, so instead we are discouraging the people. If people come up with the new ideas, oh, this is not good work, and this is bullshit, this is a useless thing, like that. Okay, and you can see here, it not only happening now, it happened in 1943 also, when the computer came in the market first time in the world. I think there is a world market for maybe 5 computers. It's said by this Thomson Watson IBM chairman in 1943. But now you can see that without computers, there is no life also. And the same thing happened in the telephone. When the telephone invented by this Alexander Graham Bell, this telephone has too many shortcomings to be seriously considered as a means of communications. This device is inherently of no value to us. It's said by this Western Union Internal Memo, 1876. Okay, and also when the Rutherford, no, like the spoken by Rutherford, the President of the United States, after making a telephone call from Washington D.C. to Pennsylvania with the inventor, that is Alexander Graham Bell's, the patented this March 1876. Okay, and it is an amazing invention. But who would ever want to use this one, right? So these are the things like. But now you see, without phone, there is no life also. Okay, and it happened with this Harry Potter also. So in 1995, this J.K. Rowling finished her manuscript for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and the book was submitted to 12 publishing houses, all of which rejected the manuscript. Okay, and what happened now? Now people, they are with this kind, like without this Harry Potter, no, like all the kids, everybody is liking this kind of this book's manuscript. Okay, with Harry Potter. So this is the things like once if you have any innovative or creative idea, that you have to encourage the people. So that is very, very important, right? And when we are talking about these innovations, no, like even in the higher educations, no, like in the emerging scenario, the range of the students that would benefit from the intellectual property education is very wide, which include like the students from different disciplines also. So don't think that these engineering people only can contribute many things for this IP. It is not like that. Anybody can do. And keeping in view the needs of different disciplines, well-crafted IP courses required to be devised, and out of which some of them are more relevant than the others for the professionals. Okay, as it may be applicable to the law, business, and the emerging engineering programs also. And even in the science courses, some knowledge of IP will help in creating the scientific temper for innovations and innovative activities, and how to reap the benefits of one's own creations among the students. So once if you suppose if you have found if you find some innovative ideas from some students, so you can invite them and you can just ask the innovative idea, and you can encourage, and you can just make a mala type, and you can organize a competition, and thereby you can encourage the innovative ideas. Okay, and you can see here, this is a small kind of like innovations, the butter stick. Okay, so otherwise how we are very it is very difficult to spread the butter. Okay, but now you see it is just like a glue stick, and you are having this butter stick also. It is a kind of innovation. Okay, and also it is a patented one. And you see here this paper clips. It is a very simple yet powerful. Okay, the paper clip was invented in the year 1900. The Norway named from the man from the Norway named John Weller. The paper clip helped to solve the age-old problem, that is how to
Kandeepan, sir. Kandeepan, sir. Sir.
Sir, your audio is not
Audio
audible.
is not clear, sir. Sir, you are not audible.
So please turn on the audio. Microphone. I think your microphone is muted.
Oh, just now it happened?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Now it's okay.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry for that. Okay. And slide is visible?
Not, sir.
Slide not visible, huh?
Yes, sir.
Not visible.
Wait a minute. It's always creating some problems. Pressing your presentation. Now it is visible?
No, sir.
Oh, what happened?
Sir, now visible.
Visible, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So and this pin has the grip incorporated into the pin barrel. So this barrel with scent coating is useful as a promotional device also. Okay. So here what will happen? No, like when you are opening the pin, you will get an aroma of a coffee smell. So you can change like a coffee or tea or any other kind of flavors you can get. So once if you are suppose if when you are attending a class or something, if you have a headache, so you can just instead of taking coffee, you can write that you can just take out the pen and open it and start write something and you will get a coffee aroma. Okay, so this kind of this is one kind of innovations. Okay, and here you can see this. Uh,
जय श्री राम। ओए हेलो बच्चों, कैसे हो बे? हिंदुस्तानी भाव आ चुका है।
hello,
बोलो जिन दोस्तों, कैसे हो बे?
hello.
हेलो हेलो यू आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग my grammar बे। हेलो 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 फ्रेंड्स, चाय पी लो फ्रेंड्स। वो सुना तो होगा ही ना आपने।
Sir, you
No,
can
no.
just
What
mute.
is? Oh.
Kandeepan, sir.
You can mute it. Some disturbance are there, so you can find out.
Kandeepan, sir. Kandeepan, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, mute பண்ணுங்க. Some disturbance is there.
Okay, madam. Okay, madam. I will do it. I will do it.
யாருன்னு பார்த்துட்டு mute பண்ணுங்க உங்களுடைய மைக்கை.
Sorry, madam.
This is the another innovative idea you can see here. Like this is that lipstick. This lipstick is having some some vitamins and other nutraceuticals. Okay, so for this contribution, she got an award like GIS Trendsetter Award for her innovations. What she did, like she's the CEO of this accurate company. So what she did, like she handed all these vitamins, B12 and other nutraceuticals, and generally the women in the pregnancy period, they use a lack of this vitamin B12, other kind of a deficiency. So once if you are using this lipstick in the lips, and then they will the saliva, it will go through this saliva, and because you know that more than five, so thereby the nutritions, like the deficiency can be avoided. Okay, so for that contributions, she got this Trendsetter Award. This is kind of innovations. Okay, and you see here these inventions like the people carrying this water for a long way, like many kilometers, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. They are taking a good drinking water to carry this kind of ponds, in their heads. But for that to make it a symbol, so they made it like it is a roller type. Okay, so they can just roll the water for a long time. So also it is very easy to carry this water as well as to take out. This is one a small inventions. Okay, so this is a patentable one, and another this one also you can see like the inventions like this is a water you can eat, no plastic bottles necessary nowadays. So we should avoid the plastic bottles also, plastic bottles. Okay, and this is kind of innovations. This is a water just a droplet, and you can just as it you can swallow it, and it will be digestible. Okay, so these are the innovations. Like this is the another innovations, that is water batter. Okay, and easily you can. Otherwise, you know that it is very difficult to make atta for this making vada and doing all those things. But it is ready-made, ready to eat, like so you can just squeeze it and you will get all these things. So these are examples for some of the innovations, right? And here also, like what you are seeing this and the cubic, no. So whether it is patentable, can it be protected with a trademark or copyright or trade secret? Your answer is maybe yes or no. Okay, but it is all the four category parameters are involved with this Rubik's cube. Okay, so the Rubik's cubes was invented in 1974 and by the Hungarian sculptor and professor of architecture. Okay, and it got patented, US patented on March 1883, and the patent expired in 2000. So after that only we are getting into the market 10 rupees or 15 rupees or 20 rupees like that. Okay, otherwise the cost will be more. Okay, so this Rubik's brand also holds the registered trademarks for the word Rubik and Rubik's, and for the 2D, 3D visualization of these puzzles. Okay, and you know that this is the Michael Jackson, the dance and the moonwalk or something like that. Okay, so he could bend 65-degree and then again he will come back, and only because the Michael Jackson only can do this kind of dance. What is the secrecy? Because he himself designed his shoe. Because of the shoe only he could dance like that. Okay, so for that he got a patent, US patent for his shoes. Okay, he's the inventor, and he got that the designing of that shoe, everything, and the patent was granted for this this shoes. Okay, so that is why he could dance like this, right? Okay, so suppose if you have an invention, so next question will come, what I have to do? Okay, so why we have to go for the protection? Importance of protection, yeah, like the protecting patents, registration of patents, IPR management, we are giving a prominence in India, and it is the time to legalize the registration of patents. Otherwise, what will happen? Your research fruits of the person would be snatched by others. So once if you are having a very good research outcomes, then immediately you have to go for filing the patent or publishing it somewhere or something like that. Or otherwise, the other people will just snatch your entire things. Okay, and in earlier days, the patenting was not a much case, but now the scene was much changed also. Considerably, one had to think to have a patent for his survival because of this liberalization and the privatization concept. And the invention will not be fine if it is in your mind. You can exploit your invention commercially only if you have patented it, or if you are not patenting it, you cannot do for commercialization. So anybody can do this kind of things, and you will not get the money to benefit or return on investment you will not get. Okay, that is why if you have an invention, immediately what you have two options. One is that you have to publish it, or otherwise you have to approach the patent office. Publishing in the sense why you have to publish, that people will come to know, then only people will come to know what you have, the invention, what is the novel idea or creative ideas you have. Okay, so for that you can publish it in the newspapers, media, journal, magazines. So after seeing that, some people will come forward to take your technologies, and they will go for making the product, and you will get also publicity if the published invention is interesting. So if you file the patent application after publishing, you will not get patent right, because the novelty of invention is lost through the publication. So that is why before publishing you can file the patent. After that you can publish your paper in the scientific journals or any public domain. But you have to file the patent first. Okay. So patenting, you can first file the patent application in the patent office, and you can publish your invention after filing the patent application. And the patent office also publish your invention in the journal. Okay, And don't think that the invention will come from any field. Okay, invention can occur from safety pin to satellite also. Don't think that only those who are doing this research can, like the satellite missiles research, they will get a patent. It is not like that. The invention can take place in any field like electrical, electronics, communication, biotechnology, nanotechnology, mechanical engineering. Any field it will happen. And for that you don't no need to have like M.Sc or PhD, M.Phil degree. Okay, so anybody can, even for a school dropout also, they are having some innovative ideas, they can go for file the patent and they will get a patent. I think you know that in best example in our area in Coimbatore, I think you might have heard about this Mr. Muruganandam. He got a Padma award also last year for his contribution of that the low cost sanitary napkin. So he's not even like I think higher secondary dropout only. So he was working as a technician or somewhere in some companies, and he could develop this low cost sanitary napkin, and for that innovative that contributions he got a Padma award also from the government of India. Okay, and yeah, and when we are seeing the IPR, no, like there are three components are the major components. One is the human capital, that is very very important. That is the base on the human capital, because the experience, skills, and creativity will come from these humans only, human mind only. Okay, so the human capital is very important. So base experience, skills, and creativity, and we can develop some intellectual assets. Okay, so that is a documents. Like in intellectual assets, nothing but the documents, drawings, data, process, and know-how and innovations. Okay, so these are the intellectual assets. And once if you are having all the things, then you can go for filing the patent, design, copyright, trademark, whatever is applicable. Okay, and for that they are giving a legal rights, and each one, like the criteria for grant also is there, and the territorial rights also is there, and fixed term also, like each, like in the patent and copyright for each like 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, they are giving the fixed the term also. Okay, and the patent, it is an exclusive monopoly rights granted to the inventor, the individual. Okay, by the government and the provisions of the patent laws and the disclosure of the invention. And a grant of patents does not mean that a patentee can manufacture and sell all kinds of invention either himself or through authorized persons. For manufacturing and selling the invention, the patentee, the inventor has to complete the formalities laid down by this law in force also. Okay, so that is very important, right? And the patents, when we are talking about patents, there are two kind of patents. So one is a product patent and another one is a process patent. Okay, the product patent is nothing but like it provides the monopoly rights to the patentee for restricting others from manufacturing or producing the same product by any means. Okay, so like product means product patent means like mechanical items or synergistic compositions. So these we will call it is nothing but a process relating to the food, drug, and medical items also. Okay, so that things. And the process or method patent, it provides a monopoly rights to the patentee to restrict others from manufacturing the product by the same process for which he has got a patent also. Okay, and here you can see like this a patent, like in the, say cooker, a small cooker, it's having all kind of IP forms, like it's having a patent right, copyright, trademark, and design. You see, like in the construction features, they are giving a patent right. Okay, and the design, you can go for a design registration. It's a unique design. And in the copyright, the catalog and the booklet, it will be there inside the new cooker box. So for that, they are having a catalog, the copyright. And trademark also, like in the names and the logo, for that they are giving the trademark also. So one product is having a different IP forms, right? And in nutshell, we can say that patent in the sense like, first of all, the patent should have three criteria. it satisfies. One is the novelty, another one is inventive step, another one is the third one is industrial applicability. That is a commercialization value. Okay. So once if you have a three criteria, novelty, inventive step, and industrial applicability, then you can prepare a legal document. Then you can approach the patent office. The patent office will assign the exclusive right to the inventor for a fixed term, that is a 20 years. And that 20 years you can enjoy your monopoly, and you can generate revenue through this royalty and technology TOT fees and all. Okay, so this is the thing. And apart from this patent and protect your intellectual property, and through the copyright and the trademark, and that we are going to see. So copyright, you can see in the authorships, a copyright means the exclusive right provided by the copyright law to an author or artist or a composer or authorized persons, okay, for a fixed period. Trademark and all, okay. And in other words, we can say that the means of right to copy or reproduce the original work in which the copyright subsists, okay. And the registration of copyright is not obligatory, but it is a proof of ownership only, and can be used in the case of litigations by itself, okay. There is no need to produce any other proof of ownership if the registration certificate is produced before the competent authority also, right? And the trademark, it is a brand name. The trademark are signs that are capable of distinguishing goods or a service to the other forms, okay. So for that they are having a trademark, and these trademarks, it is indispensable tools in today's business world. They help companies expand their market share, and they help consumers identify the products they want to buy in a crowded market, okay. So consumers, they are going to purchase with the good quality only, the trademark, the trade name. So they know that this product is a superior one, and this is a good quality based on the quality, okay. So the trademark is not only the fancy name or a logo, but it is also associated with some quality also, okay. So that is a trademark and a form of a product, okay. For that they are giving this apparent design, and it looks like the companies know they invest a great deal of time and money in coming up with new and attractive designs that seduce consumers into buying their products. So they spend a lot of money for this the design registration, and they will make it a unique design, and the design is now widely recognized as a key determination of a commercial success also, okay. So that is, and just like the semiconductor, this one also